Hello, it's Addspower. In this video we do a starter motor refurb on Dara the A2. It's a nice little job, really simple, cost me absolutely nothing to do. So I'll take you with me. I filmed it last weekend, but I think you'll be really chuffed with the results. Right, let's get on with it. Well, listen carefully. When I crank the car over, you're going to hear like a sort of squealing noise once the engine's actually running. So just give it a listen. You hear that noise? So it was like just as it finished cranking, it sort of went woo! And that, I think, is the pinion just holding out in the starter motor and just being held against the flywheel ring gear. And one, I just hate the noise, but two, it's just going to wear the starter motor out eventually. You're just going to have the brushes all wear out because it shouldn't spin that fast really, and it's going to wear out the flywheel ring gear. So we're going to fix it. You can see here there's just a couple of bolts. I've already started taking the covers off and things like that. So there's a bolt just on this bracket here, just behind it. And there's a bolt at the bottom, so we'll get those off. Obviously we'll unplug the battery, so I don't want to electrocute myself. And we'll just see what happens really. Hopefully it's all easy enough to get at. Looks a little bit tight, but just got to see what happens. So I'll take it out now. And then next time you join me, it'll be on the table, and we'll take it apart. Okay, so what have we got here then? Well, it looks a bit grubby, doesn't it? It's actually different to how I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be like a pinion inside a little housing, but this is actually one which just pops out of that housing. But yeah, it looks very grubby. I bet you it's all gummed up inside, so. And the motor itself doesn't look too bad. So I think we're just going to take the body off, take a couple of screws off and just see what it looks like inside. Okay, so I've got the motor out, and it doesn't seem as bad as I thought it'd be actually. You can see how it works. See how the pinion comes out like that? That's all moving very freely. I thought that would be right sticking and gummed up, so maybe we've got a dodgy solenoid, but I think what I'm going to do is just grease it all up anyway. It's a little bit dirty in here on the end of it. The solenoid itself doesn't look terrible. Maybe it's just not retracting very quickly, so don't know. But I'll clean it all up, grease it, and we'll just see what happens, guys. Because you know, these are like 50 quid, and it's strong enough. It's just not. It's just sort of holding out. I mean, maybe it is just spinning a bit and making that sort of spinning noise when it when you release the key, and it's just the bearings going in it. But the gear itself's okay. The teeth aren't too bad. So I've had a look at the flywheel, that's fine. So I think we're just going to clean this up, put it back in, and see what happens. Okay, so it's a couple of days later. I've rebuilt the starter motor, just cleaned it up. And I thought whilst I was under the car, I'd just tidy up the suspension arm. Got through the MOT okay, but it just looked a bit crusty. So just wire brushed it, put a bit of sort of rust converter on it, and just put a top coat on. A bit of Waxall as well. Got this subframe as well, which looks pretty tidy. The starter motor itself, just tidied it up. Sort of put a bit of paint on the body. There's one bolt just here at the bottom, really easy to get at, and then there's one at the top. So we'll tighten those up, put the straps on, and we'll see if this thing works. So the motor's back in. Really hoping this works because I've messed about with this thing for quite some time. Let's give over they go. So hopefully we won't hear a screeching noise. No squeaking noise. We're fixed. Happy days. So there you go, a really nice little job, and it's amazing what you can do just by cleaning up parts, refurbing them. The motor itself's a really nice quality item. It's a Bosch part. You don't want to replace that with some sort of cheap eBay replacement. You don't know where it's from, you don't know what testing's been done on it. This is a proper OEM motor, cleaned up, and works an absolute treat for bobbins. So on that note, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.